I've decided to do all of these reviews separately. I'm going to do each one in its own individual video to react to what it's like. I know most people have probably seen these by now, but I live in Canada. It takes a long time for things to get here. I'm really excited about these. I'm really excited about the third one, and I have so much to say about this. I don't know what we'll touch on in this video, but I do want to react to it. I have to say that my first impression of the box on the outside is actually better than I thought it was. They looked pretty junky in the original presentation of it, and when we saw them do it online, and then when I saw other people reviewing them, I wasn't happy with the box. I know that inside it's not going to look as good. And am I going to be critical? I don't know what I'm going to be critical. This line of dolls was made for me. I think we can touch on that just a little bit in this first video. If you've been following me for years, I've been gradually shaving all of the heads of all of my dolls. And it's so funny that they made this. I haven't peeked inside. I don't know. I haven't even opened up the 2 shipper boxes from kits 2 in. I want to be careful with this because I think I want to save. I left my letter opener over there. There's a piece of Velcro here. I'm going to use my letter opener because I'm going to be as careful as possible. Wait, it's on this side. This is too thin of a piece of plastic. Oh yeah. I did see people struggling with this. Okay. Alright, and next up, okay. Alright, when we look inside, okay, this is pretty good. You can kind of see. I don't have to lay it like this. I can lay it down. So, kit number 1, I didn't even, Barbie signature kit 001. You create Barbie Basics. That is what this set is. The box is actually nicer than I thought. It looked way more flimsy in the photographs. I mean, the doors are anyway. I'm not so sure about these inside boxes, but it is better. Now, this was something that I had no idea if it was going to be perfect for me. So what I do with a lot of my toy propaganda is I stick it in these binders so I can refer back to it. And I was hoping, because sometimes I love the design. Well, I do. I love the design of the packaging more than I like. Now, this isn't everything I have, but I have to organize it better. I've just been throwing the things in the order that I've been opening it. But I was hoping this was 8.5 by 11. So the first thing is that I'm super excited that it shows you all of the little pieces. I do want to keep this for reference so I can refer back to which sets came with, which pieces came with set number 1. And you might be able to see that the light it's kind of buckled, so that's not cool. But I like this propaganda. I haven't seen anybody scan that barcode. Maybe we'll do that. Well, in some point, but I'm going to stick this in my sleeve. This is probably going to go at the front of my book once I organize these better. But I am ecstatic. Like I was hoping I still don't know for sure though if this is 8.5 by 11. On a regular, oh yeah, I'm already so happy because it fits into my little propaganda book of doll stuff. So yeah, now I can refer to this whenever I need it. I might have to keep that standing by so we can see. Okay, this, on the other hand, I am going to keep it. Do you keep all of your certificates? I have to say I do like when they put them on the nicer quality paper other than just a piece of regular bond. So it is nice. I don't have to take that out. We don't have to look at that. Nobody is excited about that. Nobody cares. All right, it's got the write-up synopsis on this door about how wonderful black clothes are. This is the reason why I had to get this. Okay, I'm Canadian again. I did mention that already. This cost $150 Canadian. So first of all, that's horrible. Then we have tax and we have shipping fees. It was $500 for me to get all 3 of these sets. All right. I don't know. I had to moisturize my hands, and that's probably getting marks on these. All right, I don't want to peek. Black clothes and bald heads. This is all that I want from Barbie every time that I get things like, and also throughout the years I've been like thinking about what would be my perfect doll line be. And in my head, I have been designing it over the years, but in the past few months, I've been actually writing it down, and I have this whole scenario, this whole synopsis written down. I'm not going to give too much away, but there's so much of it is like this. And do I want to talk about Barbie Basics? Let's talk a little bit. Barbie Basics came out in 2010. These, what I'm noticing, I don't know how to talk about it. Let's just pull the boxes. Okay, these boxes that don't act as drawers. Like I was really expecting a box that was more like this. This little cardboard piece. The Barbie style boxes are so nice. However, also being said is I don't know what to do with this. It doesn't really work. I mean, there was potential here to use this as a diorama. You can pull out this part, and there's like this marble underneath and stuff. There was potential for it to be, and there still is. I guess you can use the marble inlay for things, but it's just the quality of card. I can't throw these out because the quality of cardboard is like a luxury box that you kind of want to put on a shelf like people do with their Hermes boxes and stuff. But this is just cardboard. There's so many things that I don't know that these are stands. Do I have to open them? I don't know. It's not. It's better than what I thought it was gonna be. Like the construction. I mean, I want to turn these around. That's so funny. I just made a. I can't. We'll talk about that some other day. So there's no shelves for these. So when we pull these out, pull out one, the rest of them fall down. So stands are in the bottom one. All right, I'm not going to open the stands. They're regular black base plastic rod stands. These are the shoes in here. This next from the bottom. These are the wigs. You can feel that these are the wigs. They divided one wig up and 2 wigs up. Maybe the accessories, and then this, or these are the wigs, and these are the accessories, and these are the, I don't know. I don't know how they divided it up. Does it really matter? Am I going to keep this box? I don't know. Alright, let's get to the heads. So I do like this. With the Barbie style, they had this, it faded out so you could see the heads, but I guess they didn't really want you to see what was going under, even though these are translucent, but I guess my lights are so bright that you can't see. Alright, let me pull these out. We're just going to take off these shelters. These are kind of cool. I don't know. The box is nicer than I thought it was. I am quite surprised. Alright, so here they are in the box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this tray so I can save the box, and I'm going to cut it out like this. So I guess we'll just put this box away. Like I said, this box is nicer than I thought it was. The Velcro is too strong. They should have used a magnet like the Barbie style. That's one. It does show you on the back some kind of the different kinds of outfits you can put them in. I am keeping all of my dolls bald. That is why I'm questioning even opening these bags. But if I was going to sell these, I have to open them anyway to keep track of what's what. I'm not opening the stands. I think we took care of those already. I got rid of those. We got the girls upside down. We got the bags. We got rid of the box. This is pretty good. Okay, and I guess I'm gonna try to save this too. And of course, I lost my scissors because I had to use them to open a parcel. I needed this review to be better. This color, I'm really hoping that every doll, all of these are WWE color matches, because that's what I use. I'm gonna keep them in their slots. I don't know what to do. I don't want to have to choose what head goes in which body. So I think I'm gonna do it the regular way. This is the part that I don't know. This is gonna make for bad YouTube if I don't pause this, but maybe I won't. I'm gonna show you. This is what happens. Okay, I have her standing by for the other doll. I don't know. She's already really dark. I wonder how, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a skin match for the other sets. But yes, this is what I do. Oh, here we go. Here's this Wonder Woman. Is she going to match? I had to do this now. No, she's a little too light for that body. Maybe these aren't even going to create a monster. This is not Mattel doing things for fans, by the way. I think that's a misconception. We've had these sets before. These came out, Barbie Basics. These are based on Barbie Basics that came out in 2010. In 2011, Create a Monster happened. This is what I might have to do with these heads. I might have to put them on strange white. Wait, is that a color match? No. We'll get into that into other videos. I'm gonna have to do so many Barbie Basics videos, and I'm not supposed to be mixing up the bodies yet. I should have taken the heads out first. Am I gonna pause this? Is there something that I can talk about while I do this? Oh, it seems like one side isn't. Okay, this is good. One side isn't taped in, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to slide this through. I'm going to try to relax a little bit. I'm going to try to calm down. Let's see if I can pop this head out without... it doesn't really work that way. Yeah, if I can just get rid of all of this packaging, then we're good to go. This is my first time experimenting with this. We'll talk about that in a second. I didn't realize that this was flat. I thought this was round. That's a surprise to me. I did not get the... Yeah, here's something that we really do need to talk about. I did not get the first 5 because they come with dresses. And why these sets are so important to me is because, and why they were so perfect for me, is because they were bald, and they came with separates, and they came with separates that were in black. So that's the best thing in the world, because a dress you can't mix and match a dress. You can mix and match a top and a skirt, and especially if they're all in exactly the same materials and exactly the same color, they're going to look like they belong together. So that's why this is so wonderful, and I don't know why, just in case, because this inner part, just like actually the Barbie style kit, is not as it's not as nice as the cardboard that the outer box is, but still the Barbie style, the whole box is better than this box. This is where they put the rods to the stands. The other parts of the stands are in the baggies. That's out of the way. All right, here we go. Let's just first reaction to me putting the heads on these. Am I going to keep these as made to move bodies? I do not know. Nice stiff joints. We gotta love that. I really like this chocolate color. I do have a chocolate color WWE body, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put the head on. Now, if it was, I would probably heat these heads up even when doing this. Is something that nobody's really talking about. I don't think so, because you're still going to weaken this joint. And actually, it's very cold today here in Canada, and this was sitting in a truck for a long time too. I'm enjoying these bodies. I'm enjoying the plastic that they're made out of. It seems different. It probably isn't. I don't. It just, maybe it's because the joints are so thick, and I really like this color. It's such a nice color. This, I think, is my favorite set. Yeah, it is. These heads, they're like Nubian goddesses. They look Egyptian. I guess it's the mid-tone, so they're like, they can be Middle Eastern, they could be native, they look like light-skinned African. They really do look fantastic. Is my eye wonky? No, and I don't think I've seen anybody with wonky eyes for these. They're really beautiful. I even like the holes in the ears because they give that whole Egyptian thing. And that is why that had a lot to do why I loved Creatable World so much. I sold all of my Creatable Worlds, but I kept the Create Monsters. Oh no. No. Don't. I don't know. I love Creatable World. This is true, but I was talking about Create a Monster is what I was talking about initially, because the heads did look like little Egyptian goddesses, and I have collected all of them, and I have the whole sets, and I've rebodied them on these Cave Club bodies and made them into little worldly gods and monsters because I love them so much, and that was one doll line that I couldn't get rid of. But what I have found over the years is that the hair drives me crazy, and whenever I do a review, I already had these, and I would bring these out for clothing reviews just so I could show you guys what the clothes look like on a regular made-to-move body, because for years, I've been putting all of my dolls on these bodies because I like the more athletic. These seem a little too thin. Sometimes, like, I felt this way with the Create a Monster. They do look like aliens, so I kind of do like them, but I love a molded hair, and we have to talk about that too, because I have sculpted molded hair to try on these, and there's so many videos. This isn't even one that we're talking about, but it's so funny. It's like this. If I was really a narcissist, I would probably think that Mattel made this line for me, because it's everything that I've wanted and asked for over the years, except for the wigs. So Mattel has never done wigs well. You know, the Create a Monster wigs were kind of good. I do have fun with the wigs. Oh, are we going to do that? Am I going to talk about these? The number 2 and number 3 are going to go by so much more quickly. I don't know. But color reveal heads. That's what these are. So I love these especially. Look how cool this Millie is with her pixie cut and her white hair, and I can't wait for her to try on the black pieces. That's the video that I want to make, but we're getting through this. So even when, so this is an example. See, here's a doll that I ripped all of her hair out, and this is how I want to enjoy her. She kind of looks, because of her markings, she looks like an alien robot, which is what I love about the color reveal. And then sometimes the color reveal come with these wigs, so you see that plastic cap in it, and it works for me because it looks like some kind of robot alien mannequin thing happening, and I think it looks so cool. So I am kind of happy about these wigs, but they're not realistic in any way. But you can see that it works for what I like. It looks like this weird space helmet wig thing, and I mean we do have to try on the different wigs we have on these and try them on the other bald dolls that I've created, and then use these plastic dating fun can. Like this wig thing does go back and it has worked. We had dating fun can back in the day, and he came with 3 different wigs where you could switch up his look. This is my jam. This is my okay. So when I am designing my perfect doll line in my head, there's a lot of mix and match. There's a great theme. I'm never giving it away until like Mattel ever asks me to collaborate on a toy design. Until then, and it has to be Mattel, because there's so many borrowed things from Mattel and so many work-ins from Mattel. Oh, I think I heard somebody say, okay, so I'm going to pop on this head. Oh, yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't know. I'll remember again. We'll get back to that tangent, but we'll definitely need to look at these heads. All right. So she is very beautiful. Are her lips off-centered, or it's my lighting? It's my lighting. I think that this one was my favorite from the whole series. I'm going to have to do another video. I'm going to do so many Barbie Basics videos where I rank the heads from favorite to non-favorite. And I think I'm going to be able to do this. And from the very beginning, she was my favorite. But it's so funny because I think I've heard people say that people didn't really like her, but in person they like her more. However, I don't like her as much in person. Her head is smaller. She doesn't look as Egyptian than I wanted. All right, so I do know about the molds on the bottoms of the necks because I've been using these bald Barbies my whole life. This is a vitiligo Barbie, or no, not a vitiligo Barbie. It's a alopecia Barbie, or for a chemotherapy Barbie. That's what. There was one I went to a toy show a few days ago, and they had one of these. They wanted $40. It was new in box. They wanted $40 for it, but I didn't check to see if it was the L. So there's a different face sculpt, the L face sculpt, and I was hoping. I don't know. Now I'm more about the fashions. People have talked. I mean, I've talked already way too long about these, and hopefully I didn't mix up the bodies with the heads. But I'm kind of dealing with the heads. I started to talk about how I still think you should heat these heads up before you went on. I was going to talk about this scuffy part underneath, the join part, the mold part in the bottom of the neck. Doesn't really bother me. I'm used to it. I do want the smooth head on top on purpose. I mean, I don't even mind when I rip out my hair. I think prototypes are really, really cool. So that's kind of why I like these like this, and then I don't have to deal with hair going everywhere. That's my least favorite part about playing with the dollies. I love dressing them. I love coming up with the different combinations and mixing and matching the fashions. And I think that's what I started to say. The reason I didn't get the 5 was because you can't mix and match the dress. I think I did say that already. Will I get them on sale? Yes, because they're LBDs. They're little black dresses that go with everything, and you can restyle them, but you can't mix and match them with these pieces. At least I don't really support wearing a skirt over a dress. So I love the color of the skin. I love the plastic that these are made out of. I love these head faces, these faces so much. All right, we looked at them. I showed you them. In this kit, this is the most this is the most unfortunate kit, because it's the one that matches the doll head sculpt called kit, and she is on a regular body. So in this kit, we don't get a regular body, and I don't know if I can say that, but I am not a huge fan of the tall because it's even more thin. Like I said, I like a WWE body that's a little more athletic. I think this is a body that people should strive for. They shouldn't strive to be super thin. They shouldn't strive to be super not thin, curvy. But I do like the curvy body because it is it fills out the clothes better. It's not really, it's not like an overweight. She actually looks quite healthy if you look at her proportions and everything. She just has curvier proportions. I do like how these fill out the clothes better. So if I did have to choose a favorite body, even over the regular one, I do like the curvy one better. But let's look at the clothes finally. I don't know what's in each bag at this point. I do know that everybody's dolls who did these reviews, they look like a hot mess. And wait, a hot mess is supposed to be a good thing, isn't it? They look just a mess. They don't look a hot mess. And it was mostly because they got these jacked wigs and they got the clothes are all wrinkled. Now, I'll take wrinkled clothes over ones that have holes in them from the little tea ties and the little plastic stay things that are in them. I will choose wrinkles. I don't know, in this video, I guess I'm not going to take them over to, I don't have an iron or a steamer. That's not something that I want to deal with in real life. Just like hair, I don't want to deal with in real life. So I don't have time for it in doll world, but I will boil some water and steam these clothes out, and the next professional clothing video I do with these, we'll deal with it. I wasn't even going to take these wigs out of the package, like maybe keep them in their nets, but we have to try. I have to assess. I have to critique. So I will. I think they divided up the bottoms with the tops. The bottoms from the tops. So we get a bag of tops, and we get a bag of bottoms. Yeah. Oh no, they didn't. It's not done. It's not done like that at all. It's just random stuff. This is the pants. Oh no, it is bottoms. I'm sorry. I thought it was the jacket. I can't wait to put the whole pleather outfit on somebody. I'm really hoping, I guess I can't do it in this video, but it's really important to me that the thicker WWE feet and legs fit into these pants. If they don't, I'm going to be very, very sad. But these pants I have been putting on my Wild Hearts crew, which I've also removed all of the hair from. There are Max Steel pants that look just like these, the same kind of parachute pant design, which I love, and they fit on the curvier Wild Hearts crew doll, and I have given her all of those pants because they don't look good on Max, but they look good on her. And I think that these are probably too small for that curvy Wild Hearts crew girl, but we're gonna deal with that in another video. I am very happy about these pants though, because these are my jam. I can't wait to have the whole pleather outfit together with the little undertop and everything. But one pleather piece per set. That's why this was soft, because there's so much plastic inside. I'll get rid of that. Hopefully I didn't lose anything. It would be horrible. It's not like I haven't done it before where I dropped everything. One thing I'm very jealous of is that the bigger influencers, they got these shoes sent to them, some of the nicer shoes, without the paint detail. I prefer no paint detail on my doll toy accessories. I mean, when it's done minimally and it's done very well, which in this case it is, but I kind of am jealous of the ones that have no paint applications on them. I just think, and they're kind of like prototypes, again, which is something that I really love. All right, so we got all of the clothes. We got the 3 tops. One of the tops is a bodysuit. And we got the 3 bottoms, one of which is a pair of pants. And they're all wrinkly, and I was very curious about this material because I didn't know what it was going to be like. And like with, I know what I was starting to say before, because this material is exactly what I have envisioned in my head for what my dolls would have. So that's really cool to see that it can be done. And the wigs. So even in my wild fantasies, when I'm thinking about what I want for my dolls, I know that the wig can't be executed. So what I came up with, this is the one element of my toy that I'm giving away, except for obviously mix and matching, is that the heads, what I thought of, I needed bald heads, at least one with sculpted hair. So the sculpted hair, there'd be that head, but there'd be also heads with rooted hair that you get. So you would swap either that bald head or the cropped head for I was giving 2 heads instead of giving a wig, because we know the wigs aren't going to work. And I'm going to save the wigs for last. We're going to react to the wigs last because it's all about the clothes. Scissors. They're right here. We probably should do the boots. We probably should do the accessories first. Now, I might not get a lot of use out of these because my WWE dolls have way different sized feet. They can't share shoes. I can't wait to do the WWE mashup though, because they seem to have a representation of all of the boots that are offered in these kits, which is great. So I am super excited about that. I also am worried about messing up these accessories. I kind of just want to put these in a little showcase like this, where I keep all of my favorite accessories and just keep this as a collection and never use these. Vac metal. Also, as a I'll try to manifest this. As a future toy designer, I would never choose vac metal. I love vac metal. I love how it looks, but it's going to chip. You got to be very careful. Have you ever tried to take out your Barbie extra earrings that were not supposed to come out, and when you're pulling on them, it's all chipping and stuff? These are beautiful designs, but I would rather, which I don't know, am I going to do this in this video? This set was very important to me. I would rather have something. I had to get this set just for the earrings. This was a little skipper earring set. A little silver colored is definitely my choice when choosing an earring. And in fact, we're gonna do this right now, and I'm gonna put the earring in like this. Considering she had silver makeup, we're gonna go along with this. And I don't know, it's kind of funny to have this plasticky colored stuff, but guess what? These are very 80s based. I guess we can talk about that a little bit too. I did talk a little bit about this came from, as we dress them, we will. As I'll be triggered again in the sentence. Let's finish the accessories. Okay, something that I don't understand that they didn't do, which I think they should have, because do you see how, look at this. Well, as far as I know, maybe they have different size pegs. Why didn't they give the petite girl the larger feet? Don't these come out really easy? I know that I've taken boots off and the foot has come off with them. We won't be doing that today. Maybe I'll take this over. Maybe this is something I can do for another video and see if the larger foot can fit on the smaller foot. Why didn't they just give them all the same size feet? Like, this is what the original and the petite size foot, and this is the curvy and tall foot. Why don't I just put the larger size foot on the smaller dolls then? I was very happy about this movement, because one of the things that makes me not want to use the Barbie dolls or the maid move is because of how ridiculously small the feet were. It worked back in the 50s when they had the stylized, like, kind of deco-y body and curvy body. Oh yeah, that's another rant that I want to go into. People say that this isn't Barbie Basics. This is so Barbie Basics. Wasn't the first line of Barbie Basics just black dresses? They were not made with material that was this nice either. So I don't understand that talk about the quality and and I'll take Velcro over snaps any day because of the way that it fits in the profile. Snaps are way too large. They get too bulky. The 2000s fashion, 2010 fashion, not cool, but on the runway it was cool, and that's what we're getting here. But then I'm getting ahead of myself again. Let's check out these. Okay, these boots, I absolutely love these boots. They are translucent and they're awesome, and they're knee high. And who are they going to fit on? I think that the small foot, this is the best thing, because they enclose her leg and her foot so well that the only thing that stay on, all of the shoes seem to be made for curvy and tall. And I think I do just want to use them and display them as collector pieces in one of my collector boxes instead of actually using them. But we'll see. I think that these might be the only shoes that fit on the petite body. We'll have to let me support that. Let me support that statement too. We have to find what shoes fit best first for the bodies. I think that, yeah, these are very loose, but they have a lot of security, so they're holding on and keeping the shoe on. But yeah, definitely too big for her foot, but the straps hold them onto her feet well, so that's good. And then I think people do struggle, yes, with putting these ones on. They do. It can work. You could probably tack them down, but they're not staying on these dolls. They definitely do stay on. They squeeze in. Nice hard plastic that these shoes are made out of. I do like that. I do love all of the shoes too, in every single pack. I think that they're all really super fashiony. These are beautiful shoes. They're super, super cool. I would prefer that the silver paint wasn't on it. Yeah, you can see how sometimes it's not perfectly painted, and there's paint on some areas there's not supposed to be paint. When they paint on the rivets and stuff, I know most people like that. Not something that I would like. I'd rather have a nice pop color. Toys, pop art, dolls. I like pops of color, bright pops of color. That's more my jam. Am I gonna take this jewelry out? I guess we have to, but we'll save that. All right. Wow, this video was way too long. Have we chosen our shoes yet? I gotta try the boots on everybody. So this is how the boot always goes over the knee. Definitely looks better on the curvy doll. You see everything here? And then on the tall doll, well, this is the petite again. How's it go on the tall doll? It's actually fitting on everybody quite well. So this is my first skinny leg. It kind of folds in, at least mine does. See how it overlaps in? I like that it kind of does that, because it is enclosing the leg pretty good. It looks pretty good. So I'm probably gonna feel that way about the wigs and everything. Can I take this? Isn't black Barbie Basics. This should have been molded in black. It would have been so cool. Can't paint plastic. Okay, can I choose the shoes and everything? No, I don't think I have to, because I think everything looks nice. I want these pants to be as bunchy as possible, so I'm gonna stick those on the petite girl, even though it's probably not gonna work. But parachute pants should be large, so I'm gonna make them bunchy. I really hope I can fit my WWE feet through these. I really hope that they can wear them. Alright, so a rule in fashion is that, oh yeah, now she has to wear shoes. Actually, I love sandals like this with parachute pants. No, I'm not. So this is what I do with the WWE girl. I always like her in her sandals and these parachute pants. So we're going to do this. Oh, this shoe isn't staying on, of course. Is there a left and a right? I don't think so. Confirm that these are the same. Yep. I think that's really cool when they do design a shoe that is so versatile that it can be used on both feet. I mean, ideally, it would be good if they had separate, but the design is so nice. Oh, I like that square toe. These shoes are even nicer than I thought they were. So I'm loving this. I'm not using any inspiration from the box or anything. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on in the box. So the rule here now is we have these big baggy pants. We have to find the tightest shirt possible for this outfit then. So she's covered up so much at the bottom that we need skimpy. So we're going to find the skimpiest top, which is this one asymmetrical? No, it's a tank top. So this is what we're putting on her. Actually, the bodysuit is probably would be the best option, but maybe not. I'll just do this. I can't wait to really play with these fashions, but we're having an overlook. All right, so who was it in 2010? Was it Versace? I believe looked so much like this stuff. There were a lot of designs that were all black, and it was identical to the stuff. So this is really based on 2010 fashion, and 2010 fashion was based on 90s fashion. So that is why I like this. I mean, even like 80s, 90s is what this is giving off. This is the best of the 90s. I'm not early 90s, I would say. Late 90s, early 2000s is my least favorite time in fashion, but remembering what was out in 2010 on the actual runway opposed to what people were wearing on the street, which is more like what we see with Barbie Basics, which I'm not a fan of the later stuff, but the simple LBDs, I'm down with that. Little black dresses. So this is a pretty sweet outfit, actually. So tight top, loose pants, sandals. She's jamming here. She's got the earrings on. Let's go. Everything's looking tidy too, so that's crazy. It's none of these pieces. These are supposed to be scrunchy and bunchy. These probably would get better with time, but that's a pretty jamming outfit. All right, next, let's see what else we got here. So this is the skirt that can look so sloppy, definitely wrinkled. I really do love the material this stuff is made out of. All right, so I answered my own question here, because sloppy means that the curvy girl is going to stretch out the clothing the best. Now there's a seam here, so I think that maybe it's supposed to be mostly asymmetrical like this. Now these pieces are definitely made on purpose so that you can wear them in different ways. I don't know if I've ever seen a gown that did that. I'm sure that it happens, but that's not the kind of thing you normally want to do. Normally you would put that to the back, like a train kind of thing happening, but maybe it's intentional. Its main intentional purpose is for it to be put to the side, like so, which is actually to the back, and it's asymmetrical, so even when you put the seam to the back, it goes off to the side a little bit. Maybe the seam should be on the hip. It's nowhere is perfect, which I'm finding. The seam goes like 3/4 that way. That's when you have the perfect. But that is what's great about these clothes, is that they can be switched. Look, she actually super flattering on her. She looks slim now with this skirt on. There you go. How's that for a silhouette? Okay, so for her, we do have to figure out I believe some people had problems fitting this on the curvy body. I guess I need to see that for myself. I think that if anybody is going to, I don't know, there's so not, they don't have the cutout pieces. I don't know what set that's with, but the mesh pieces that are made out of this material that are in the other sets, I'm super excited about those. Oh yeah, I was going to put on this bodysuit. So let's try the bodysuit on the curvy girl, if I can figure out which way's front and which way's back. I don't want to pop any stitches. That would be bad. Yeah, maybe I don't want to try this on just in case. No, I didn't hear any poppy. This is like a, when it gets pulled really tight, it starts feeling like nylon. Interesting. So maybe that's what this would be, like a thicker nylon. I better be careful not to snag it. It's not snagging. My hands are super dry, so I kind of tried to moisturize them to the best of my ability before I did this review. I did some bike repairs as I was waiting for the mailman to bring the parcel. But I do not want to snag anything. So this is interesting that they did use Velcro, and then at the top they went with a button. Maybe they needed for extra security. It does probably will hide better because there's so much pull on it, and it's at the back of the neck, probably intended to hide behind the hair. But I guess that was thoughtful design, though, is to think about how, I guess because some girls are taller, some girls are shorter, that they're going to stretch it out, and you need that security. And make sure that sometimes the hem shows through. So you gotta make sure. You gotta make sure when you steam these, or when you put them on a doll, that you push the hems down flat so that they will stay that way. Sometimes it might be good to put an outfit on a doll, stretch it out, make sure that all of the seams are down, and then you could even get it a little damp so that it would dry with the seams down, and make sure that everything, all of the seams are put down. I hope the person who's power washing outside somewhere is not being picked up by the mic. But this is fitting on it. See, yeah, this is definitely right off the runway of 2010, and today, which is why 15 years ago was 15 years before that. You know, fashion just repeats itself. I am totally down with this. This looks so good. Let's match it with this skirt, because she is going to look better in this skirt than anybody. But I also have the intention of doing a petite, a curvy, a regular, and a tall fashion try-on video where they try on every single piece. We might do that. But I was really kind of scared, because everybody who was, wait, she's putting on these boots. Okay, she's gonna put on these boots. Why not? What was I afraid of? Oh, that it was gonna look so sloppy. But oh, check out when your knee is bent and the boots are on. But they're not looking sloppy to me. I don't know if they look sloppy only on camera. And I'm also probably making too much noise here, but probably a lot has to do with the wigs and the wrinkled clothes, and it might have to do with my lighting, and also that I'm being thoughtful about choosing clothes that are going to look less wrinkly on the different dolls. But I'm totally happy about this. All right, need some steaming though. And then lastly, we have this piece. And I'm going to put this on. Wait, how does it have straps? Oh, it has straps in that. And then I have thought about, do I want to remove the sleeves on this piece? If they don't fit on my WWE muscular arms, then maybe. I can't wait to make that video. Oh, this might be the kind of thing to bring out a plastic bag. No, it was that surprisingly worked. That's crazy. This screams 2010 to me because of the flare. Flares are coming back finally. I don't know if finally is the right word, but I didn't think that flares would be back. Flares are coming back on yoga pants, and we're starting to see, I mean, we're at such a time in fashion where everything looks good. So if you want to dress like you're from the 70s, you can wear flared pants. You can wear anything you want now. I don't think that we'll ever make anything that hasn't been made before, because back in the 60s, they were making space-age clothes that were so cool. That's my jam. I mean, you've seen my alien robots. That's what I'm down with. Okay, so we have this top. I think this top is very often featured on the tall girl. I don't know if the tall girl has longer arms than a regular doll. Apparently, yes, she does. So I guess that's good to see. I would be curious to see how this sleeve will look like on the Petite doll, but I guess I'll save that for the Petite video. And yeah, this is very suitable for her. I remember opening up some of these very tall dolls. I know at the beginning of this video, or wherever it was within this video, I said that I didn't really like the tall dolls, but I remember now that I'm playing with her and opening her, I used to think how they look like supermodels. So I'm not sure where to put the slit, but that's what's so great about this dress, is that the slit can go anywhere. It's right on the seam, so if you want to put the seam to the very back, we've got the slit in the very back. That's not a very flattering, like with that asymmetrical scoop dress, probably not best to do that, but I guess one seam to the side, keep with that asymmetrical theme that's going on with all of these clothing, well, most of these pieces of clothing. A little black skirt. I mean, I've experimented making my own little tube tops and skirts over the years, but to have something official made out of a great material on a production machine that's hopefully not made by children, pretty nice, and it's not looking as sloppy as I was thinking it would. Let's put these shoes on her and take a look at those again. Yeah, I love all of the shoes and all of the sets, and I don't know how to describe these, but super cool. And the boots are definitely super cool. Kind of like the translucent straps with those boots might be cool, but we'll have to do that in another video. We still have the jewelry. All right, I'm gonna try it on once, and then I'm gonna put it away. It's kind of cool that this is the space set, and here I'm gonna try it on her. How about that? I won't even try it on the dolls. These are alien glasses for sure. This is a super great alien necklace. Is this a necklace that we've had before? I know that they like to make necklaces like that. It does look different from all of the other designs I have, but I'll have to confirm that later. I think these have been mentioned as being made before. The earrings, however, I saw people struggling. Oh, I can't put the earrings on them. I saw people struggling with the earrings. I don't want to be struggling with the earrings. I'm going to look for whose holes look the largest. What's cool about I had no problem putting those in, so maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it was too cold and those people's, oh no, it was the other ones. It was the 5 ones that have rooted hair, the separate ones where people were struggling with the earrings, taking them out. But these ones seem to go in very nicely. I like the holes. Again, it gives me that bald headed Egyptian alien feel that I love so much. But the earrings are beautiful. A lot of people have mentioned that it is a shame that we got 3 accessories. We paid, I mean, for me, I don't know, $33 for an American. I owe $50 each. For a Canadian, that's what these were. But, oh, yes. And they're $40 each are the other Barbie Basics, the ones that come in dresses. So, I mean, I'm paying for the separates. I'm paying for the bald head. That's why I didn't get the other ones, because am I going to shave their heads? Am I going to shave Odil's heads? I don't know. Do we want to shave an Odile head? I don't know if I can bring myself to do that, but having all of the jewelry, it would have been nice if we got 9 pieces of jewelry, or whatever that makes our earrings 1 piece of jewelry. Even 1 earring. If we got 1 earring for each, that would have been nice. But this does not. Oh look, I have a piece. The vac metal is flaking off already. So I want to be very careful with these because they are so special and cool, and she looks amazing, and they're not looking sloppy. And do you know why they're not looking? Do you know the real reason why they're not looking sloppy? Okay, it had to be done. Wow, sorry about how long this video is. Oh wow, it's an hour, and then we still haven't done the other ones yet. But here we go. Let me do a straight hair first so I can compare it to one of the color reveal wigs. So we take this out. Am I going to put it back in that hairnet? Am I going to do this in order? Brown? Do I care what color hairnets they are? This is the short long, and I'm feeling this now. Okay, so it is soft. I don't know where people get off. Oh, it's something that I've been thinking about doing is I kind of really, if you've done this, maybe you want to do this. I think this could be better. Oh, this is the first time I've seen anybody do this. This is good. I'm thinking about cutting out the silicone skull cap. I think that it would be better. It would thin the profile to the head. Somebody do this and tag me 16thrift.com on Instagram now. That's where I'm going to be putting my doll content. 16thrift.com is the name, all one word. 16thrift.com, all one word, on Instagram. Follow me there. I think that the wig could be better if the silicone thing is cut out. However, maybe they designed the wigs initially without, and they added the silicone skull cap later, because the construction of it looks very good. Maybe I'll show you it on a lighter color. Nonetheless, this is definitely, yeah, I'm not going to be talking about what type of plastic this hair is made out of, because I'm sure that there's not just 2 or 3 different types of plastic that can be used as hair. I don't know why or how people can be so bold as to identify, but this is wiry hair. It's different from Chelsea hair. It's different from. It ain't soft, and oh yeah, this is even softer. It's a totally different entity. It must be the same hair that they use for Chelsea. I always thought that this was the same, but in comparison to this is definitely. Oh no, I'm not gonna label. I'm not gonna say that it's nylon or saran or nickel. Whatever. This is hay. But let's put it on somebody. I am also surprised at how good it looks. Like I said, I never expected to use these. Wigs are for jokes. When I put on a wig on a doll, it's to be funny. But I was watching some videos, and I didn't think it looked that bad. I'm really curious to see how. Yeah, I like how easy they go on. I like how fun they are. I hate dealing with hair though, but I am really curious to see it. There's some really fantastic Instagram accounts that are so good at braiding hair and doing different things with it. I'm super interested to see if these can be like, you know, fixed up and zhuzhed and done different things just by tying them back. But as much as people are complaining and as much as I had no expectations for these wigs, I think that they probably do have some potential. There is a lot of hair going on. I kind of do think that if you take out this silicone cap part, that the wigs might actually fit on a lot better. So, something to think about and to consider. All right, let's do this one. What is going on here? Whoa. Whoa, whoa. This is the kind of thing that my dry fingertips are. I hate synthetic fibers for that, which I'm not getting with this. This isn't the kind of cheap that my fingertips are. Material way better than any of the dolls from 2012 or 2010, by the way. All right, I guess we have to use somebody else. Here, let's do this. I love these dolls as bald dolls though, and that's what's happening. You know what's kind of awesome about these is that I think that when I'm looking at this in person, it looks pretty good. It looks and it feels like a real wig, and not some like a wig from 1980, like a wig from 2010, when the advancements in the technology wasn't that good. You can see how it's woven in there. Something that I normally do is I really show the insides of the garments. I didn't know if it was going to show up, but the construction is really, really good. It's done so basically. Like I mentioned before, the seam line, they didn't leave very much, and this material tends to roll up a little bit, even though it's not rolling up in this instance, but it does have that possibility, especially because they did not have it on the doll. So you kind of, like I said, you probably can put it tightly on a doll, make it a little bit wet, and then make sure that the seam dries down. It's just that, they were sitting in a bag and they were folded and bunched up. These could definitely do with a little steaming. And I wouldn't take an iron to this kind of spandex material, but it is. I'm so happy. Uh oh. So the mesh. Oh, it didn't stick. That's interesting. Okay, I'm doing this for you. It's sticking a little bit. Be very, very careful. Oh yeah. Always do up your Velcro. When you're putting this away, when you're putting away any of your clothes, make sure all of the Velcro is always done up at all times, even when it's off the doll, so that you don't do any snagging. So this could be prone to snagging. It seems like it's not horrendously prone to it, but be careful. I do really like these mesh cutouts though. I think that they're so cool. Right, hair everywhere. Trying on a wig. It really feels like putting on. It feels like playing with a grandmother's wig though. So that part is fun. Look, see what you can do, and then again you can just hats and bandanas. Let me see if one of these hard hats can fit on here. It's not fitting. I bet without the cap on it would. This one's feeling like an integrity doll though, because of the they're really model-esque faces. So there we go. There's another wig, and then let's do the final red wig. And do we even take it on her? Oh, I guess the red wig kind of does look best on her because of her matching lip color. Here, let's look inside here. Let's see the construction. The red one should show it. So yeah, you could definitely cut out. They're probably not going to stay on as well, but I don't know. What do you think? Has somebody tried this? Are you gonna try that? Should I try it? It would definitely take out some of the pressure. These look good, though. They're soft. Like I can't say that they're not soft, and maybe it's because they're not very long. But there's potential here. See how you can zhuzh it. You can make it look real. But the fact that wigs don't look good. I mean, I know that in modern years there's been some kind of, like, they have the silicone headband things that are, I don't know, it's really weird, some of the things that I've seen, in social media about wigs. But this is what a wig looked like. This is how a wig behaved in real life up until recent years. Wigs never look good, and it kind of looks good. This review is surprisingly positive. I guess I don't know if it's because everybody's been so negative about these, but there's the cardboard box was better than I thought it was. The wigs, which I had I have no anticipation for, they're way better than I thought they would be. I guess, I don't know. Do we have to try every wig with every hair? With every head? No. You can do that. I mean, you can ask me in the comments below if you want to. That looks pretty good. I have a feeling because of the black clothes, the black wig is going to look best on everybody. Here, we definitely have to try that one. Here, I'll do it. And then we have to move on. I've got 2 other sets to open, and I'm going to put them all live. Not at the same time, but, maybe at the same time. In order. There, she looks super Middle Eastern this way, like that. And then let's check this out. And the curly fro wig, everyone's gonna look good in that. That wig I know is gonna look really good. And the pink wig, which, because it has the bangs, that one's gonna look better. But for some reason people don't. Oh, she looks gorgeous with that hair. What? Wow. This is like, they've put out 2 dolls that looked very similar to this in Barbie looks, and maybe it was in, and I don't know. It must have been the makeup or something. They just made, you can look really Gina-y, but I guess it's because this hair doesn't have any streaks in it or anything, so she's not looking cheesy at all, and she looks more natural. And this looks beautiful. Like, what's going on? I just threw this sloppy wig on, and I don't know. It looks good. It looks good to me. I like how there's a side part to this one. But yeah, I'm super pleasantly surprised. I bought these kits for the heads and for the clothes because they were separates. That's the reason. Separates are the best thing you can get. All right, that's it. I'm gonna slam these away, get going on the other stuff. I can't wait to do the videos that I really want to do about these, but I guess, there's just so much to try and talk about and think about and do, and coming soon. So stay tuned for number 2, number 3, and then God knows, in this petite and the tall and the curvy, so many videos.